This is Mike Del Mundo, and you're listening to Across the Bifrost.
Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Across the Bifrost. This is the Mighty Thor podcast, where on each and every episode, we explore the world of Marvel's Mighty Thor. I am your host, Ryan Doze, and I am joined by one of my awesome co-hosts, Will Rose is here today. Will, are you ready for our special, spectacular conversation we have coming up on this episode?
I'm super stoked. So yeah, you may know me as Will Rose or William, as Ryan likes to call me, or
I do use your full name a lot.
Will the Thrill from Chapel Hill, or Wilbo Baggins. And there may be other co-hosts out there, friends, who actually impersonate my voice as like a movie trailer.
Baz did impersonate your voice on the last episode.
So whatever you want to call me, I'm super good. There was a point at some point where DMC from Run DMC called me Chill Will to my face.
He did do that.
Yeah, at a Comic-Con. I walked up, had him sign something, and he was like, "What do you want me to sign this as?" And I was like, "Will." And he's like, "What's up, Chill Will?" And I was like, "Dude," he just one of the members of Run DMC just called me Chill Will to my face, and that was like a highlight. So anyway, whatever you want to call me, I'm good.
Well, that Moon Knight Mark Spector level of personality that you brought to that description of yourself was awesome. Today we're doing kind of a bonus episode in our Jason Aaron retrospective, where we're going to talk to one of the creators that Jason collaborated with for a year plus on Thor comics. Mike Del Mundo is here to spend some time with us and have a chat about Thor. Mike, welcome to Across the Bifrost, man.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk Thor. It's been a minute. So
how many minutes in years has it been since you worked on Thor?
God, I don't know. Has it been like 4 years maybe, or definitely before the pandemic? So
yeah, in the before times, which has been those years ring differently than
it's like
weird, because it's like has it already been that long? Like, even when people talk about Elektra, I'm like, has it really been like almost 10 years? It's crazy. Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and delete my Elektra question then. So it's crazy. Like we've been looking back at this run with Jason, and it's like, man, it started in like 2013, 2014. It's like almost a decade old. And we're just thankful that you're here to talk about and try to drum up some of those memories from, like Will said, the before times. But so how we start our conversations is we like to know, where in the 9 realms are you from, or which one of the 9 realms are you from?
Oh man, that's a hard choice, man.
You've created and drawn so many epic depictions of several of these realms. So I'm really curious where you land.
I think for me, like, the favorite, like, just places that I drew of Thor was Hell.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yep.
Just like, yeah, it was just cool. And there wasn't much. I'm an artist when it comes to backgrounds, like doing city stuff and blah blah blah. I don't know, I find it hard. So like Hell was like a place where you can almost make things up, like Weird World, where things would kind of drop there, and I could just draw anything really in that place randomly, right? So it was fun in that sense.
And it probably made more sense, like, because like you drew the Queen of Cinders a few different times, and it was like, man, I feel like Mike's Queen of Cinders is like really on point, because she doesn't look like she could fit anywhere else. And she's so epic. But I mean, well, we will have time to kind of ask about a few different things of your run later on. But like, I wanted to know, just to start out, like, what were some of your first memories of comics as a medium, or like maybe the cartoons? How were you introduced to this wonderful world of comics.
And well, it's crazy that you say that because yesterday, with like New Comic Day happening, my Spawn book came out. So with Todd McFarlane,
Right.
and I was just totally reminiscing back and just going through old pictures like back in '92, and that's literally where I started.
Hmm.
Is just a bit before the Image era. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when guys were like at their last few comics, like McFarlane and Eric Larson and Will Spertasio and Jim Lee, when they were all kind of finishing up like their X-Men runs and their X-Force runs.
Yeah.
And that's that's where I began with comics. Like something about that art, like as a
Yeah.
kid, really drew me in. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess the explosiveness of it, the dynamics, like the style, just really drew a kid in like me. Like I'm a '90s kid for sure. So that's where I start in the comics. Yeah.
Do you remember like the first comic you ever owned or bought in the comic store or at the store or on the spinner rack per se?
Yeah. Toxic Avenger #1.
Yeah.
It's just
Nice.
I thought I was gonna get a coffee
I
break in there for a second.
hope you guys heard the spit back into the cup.
Yeah. We
That's
had a
what
spit laugh, folks. We had a
Oh man, I didn't
live
even have enough time to mute
laugh.
it.
no, that's
Toxic
awesome. Man.
Avenger
Keep that
number
in.
one.
Keep that in.
Toxic
I,
Avenger.
I,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna like I
gosh.
know of Toxic Avenger, but I didn't know that that was like made into a comic. Because of course it was. But I'm gonna hunt that down the back issues, and I'm gonna hunt it down either on eBay or somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
own
a
that. I'm gonna own it.
it's a
I'm
Marvel
gonna own.
too. So like
Okay.
I was in a bookshop and I was just like, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what made me gravitate towards getting comics. I do remember going to a bookshop and seeing it on the shelf, whether or not some kid was telling me you should go and start reading comics or not.
Hmm.
But I saw that and I was like, well, it says Marvel. I know about Marvel somewhere or another. And you know what I think it was, and I don't know if it was before or after, but
Okay.
the Marvel cards really got me into the
The
comics.
trading
Yeah.
cards.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the first series.
These things are legit.
Those really got me into wanting to know more about these comics. Like even when they would feature like the iconic covers,
Right.
fantasy and stuff like that. And I remember getting the card and be like, yeah, this card's worth like $1,500. Thinking like, this is the one, right? Not really
Right, right.
an actual comic book that like that's worth it. But giant size X-Men, stuff like that, right? Like
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
that's what really got me into it, I guess, the cards. And then I was like, yo, I need to really find where these comics are. Then I start going to the spinner racks like everybody else did, variety
Hmm.
stores and this and that. And then from there, I remember getting the spinner rack stuff and realizing, hey, this one has like the barcode on the front. And then there's like some of my friends that would have the ones with like the direct market ones.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I need those. That's not like it was just kind of like these are like the steps to like getting to the local comic shop, right?
Right.
So
You're
yeah,
slowly falling down the rabbit trail, and then you're
yeah,
like, oh my gosh, I'm like Alice in Wonderland. Like, how all this stuff now just like opens up in front of you. Did you
yeah.
have any like childhood favorites? I know you've mentioned the X-Men a few times. You mentioned Spawn. Did you have like a character or a story that you were like, this is Mike's story, this is Mike's character?
Yeah, I mean, like my first X title was X Factor, right? X Factor 63 and up. I just started. And
Hmm.
so
Well, he's on your level when it comes to
Legacy
that
numbers.
stuff.
Legacy numbers. Yeah,
Will
that's it.
Spertasio was like, you know, I love his work, and I still go back to those books, and I'm like, it still holds up. I still love it. Like the art's awesome, man. Like just the energy and like just the way he like rendered the lines and just everything about it, the acting. So Wills is like definitely. I mean, all those Image guys are just like heroes to me,
Yeah,
and if not for
100%.
them, you know, um, you know, who knows if I would have really gravitated towards the comics, you know.
that
So
not that 90s style like really resonated.
yeah, I
And
think as a kid, I was like 9 years old, 9, 10, 11. And I think that's what really like, I was like, oh, what is this coolness? You know what I mean? So,
these guys are huge. Like this.
Just talking about it, man, and it was all the image guys. I was just like, you can, I even as a kid, you can kind of pick apart who these guys are to others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they really stood on their own. So, but yeah, the X Factor was like my first book, and then I will went into like doing like Uncanny, like that big event, like the Uncanny X-Men 281, and then they started they did the actual X-Men book with Jim Lee. So
Did you collect all those Jim Lee variant covers?
sorry.
Did you collect all the like Jim Lee covers?
No, the funniest, well, not even funny, but the craziest thing about my upbringing during that time for comics is like I was only allowed to pick one comic in that comic shop, right?
Like a
Yeah.
month or a week?
Um, I guess to be honest, I think it was like I don't know if it was like per month. It wasn't like a routine thing for
Like
me.
once a visit?
But if we visited, it would be one comic. And I remember like, bumping to my friends and they'd have like 50, like a stack of 50 or 20 comics. I'm just like, what the heck, man?
I got X Factor, guys.
It's just how it was. So I remember my brother would just kind of go in there and choose like like he likes, like he would just choose the flashy covers,
Yeah.
you know, like the ones that like, the chrome cover, the bot, just like the number ones.
Right,
So I was
right,
like, all
right.
right, cool. Like I got that covered. That part of his covered, right? Like we would
Right.
share it. And then like I would grab like yeah, I would grab X-Men, like any X title.
Yeah.
Just follow
Yeah,
like,
I remember my first visit to a local comics because I would ride my bike to elementary school, and there's this little shop, and I would get my lunch money, and I'd run into this little beat shop that had a spinner rack, and instead of spending my money on lunch, I would use it for like to buy a comic and a candy bar, and then during lunch I would eat the candy bar and read the comic until my mom figured out what I was doing. But
awesome.
then when I went to the local comic store, I do remember the same thing. Like you can pick out like two comics or something. And of course, like I was looking at the wall and all these comics from like a decade ago. I was like, I want that one. It's like, no, that's $100. You cannot have that wall comic. You got to pick from this one. And there's still some in there that I remember the covers, and thinking like I should have grabbed that one, but instead I grabbed this other one. But yeah, that's the memories of like going to a comic shop and being just overwhelmed by the art and the creativity in the room that you're with. Um, was there like a time like when you were doing that, when was the moment when you're like, I want to do this, I want this to be a part of my life, I want to draw? Like was there a moment where you knew you wanted to be in that creative process and that was going to be your career?
Um, man, I don't know. I can't pinpoint like the moment, but we were always like, at school, we were always like, even before comics, there was I guess there was like the Ninja Turtles,
Oh
like cartoons
yeah.
that we were really into. There's like Beetlejuice. I remember like we would just have drawing contests. Like there'd always be like who can draw
Nice.
a better Beetlejuice or who can draw a better like Michelangelo. And those and the thing about those characters like Beetlejuice and like the Ninja Turtles, what else was there? Anyways, those are the two that I remember. They were like such a cool bridge for kids because like it was kind of like I could draw that. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Kid, like you look at it and you're like, I could do that. So then it got us into actually like the confidence into drawing comics,
Yeah.
or not comics, just art in general. So like Beetlejuice had that face, like the really like simple face, and we're like, and then we would just draw with each other and pick who did the best Beetlejuice drawing or whatnot. And I think that's just like cool, like that, like there's something simple enough to that we could have a starting point on,
Right, right.
and eventually we just continue to try to get better at other things,
Okay,
right?
so like you had to have won those, and are the people that
No,
you
I did actually never did.
you
There's
never
one
won?
kid.
But
Wow.
I like the fact that perhaps those people that are in school with you are now looking at your art going, whoa, okay, I beat that dude in a comic art in elementary school.
Well,
See that guy who
there's
drew
always
Thor?
like
Guess what? I beat him in third grade.
there's always like one kid that's like the art kid, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember.
Like,
Same with mine. Same with
and
mine.
then
Yep,
you would ask that
100%.
he would just have a lineup of kids trying to draw him Beetlejuice, can you draw me, like it was like a request line there, right? And then
Uh-huh.
Commission without the pay.
Commission, a fourth grade commission. Yes.
but with me, like I was that guy. But then there's some new kid that comes in. This kid was amazing. Like back then, I was like, yeah, he came in and he just like fully put me to the bench. You know what I mean? Like just like
No.
the teacher would start saying, "Oh yeah, this guy." I don't even want to say his name, but you know, we'll
Is
have
he in
one.
the business? Is he in the business, comic book business at all?
I don't even know, but he was really
Okay.
good. And I think he must be some sort of artist now,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he was just like he just took over, and he's, you know, the teacher got him to do all the drawings for like the projects, like the main books. And so I was just kind of left in the dust, but
Oh man.
motivation, you know what I mean? I was just
Absolutely.
like
There's an alternate timeline where that didn't happen and you're not who you are today because you weren't
yeah,
pushed by
I'm
that
not,
guy.
yeah, I'm totally like just yeah. So yeah, thank God for him. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. There are those who push us for the thing. Cool. So like from there, like you what it whetted your appetite, like, yeah, I want to do this at some point. Do you remember like your entranceway into Marvel, into comics? Was there like what was
we're
your
just like
origin level to get into like the actual biz itself?
go to the actual. Oh man, there's like a bit of a gap because like I mean, I actually wrote like the other day I was looking at it, and like my mom kind of dug up like all about Michael bio, like I did probably in grade 4 or 5 or something, and it
Mhm.
actually says like these are my like heroes, and it was like naming like, you know, basically all the Image guys. And
Nice,
it's like what I
nice.
want to do is like a comic. I want to be a comic artist when I grow up, right?
Oh,
That's awesome.
that's
That's
awesome.
grade 4, but there is a bit of a gap in between. Maybe high school. Once you get into high school, you just want to do different things and this and
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
So the art thing, I kind of dabbled in it. I knew I was like, I loved the art, and I knew I had the confidence to get good at it. But I was actually more into like at that time I got really into dancing, like b-boy, break dancing and stuff. So that's
Awesome.
yeah, I took really like pretty much most of my high school, actually all my high school to college, just doing that. And
Wow.
then I decided to pick up comics in college. Like when I was like I needed to basically do something that had to do with art, right? At the time.
Yeah.
So I like the only college program I was able to get into was graphic design. So then I just met a lot of people there that were really into comics and this and that, and it brought me back. And then I just really started delving back into it. Yeah. So there's a bit of like a four-year gap in my life where comics weren't really around.
Mhm.
We all go through ebbs and flows. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I did too. Then I missed the 90s. But then like because I clicked as a kid in the 80s and then the 90s were a little bit of a gap for me. Then 2000s I started just went head over heels right back into comics. So like and I had to do some catching up, like the history of the 90s and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we all have those little gaps of like, what do you want to do? So after that gap, like and then doing some art, like what was your first job in any kind of comic business? Did someone chase you? You chased it? Did you have to
Um,
hustle? Um,
oh my God, man. Like, to be honest, I don't want to name the companies, but there was just a lot of jobs that we took.
mhm.
Free jobs, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I'm gonna get published. I'm gonna see this in print. I'll do
Yeah.
it. And it's like you
get
kind
your
of get
foot in the door.
you get your foot
Mhm.
in the door, but a lot of times those jobs never really happen. Like you just kind of get screwed by them because you know you do free stuff like
Which is why we have Image,
yeah,
because those guys at Image felt the same way, and looked up to their thing.
yeah, yeah, like smaller companies that will kind of like take advantage of people that you know are willing to do jobs for free and this and that. But that's just part of the grind. So like,
Yeah.
we did
Sure.
a lot of that. Like I worked in graphic design at you know, after college, like I wasn't working in comics right away. So I just was in design for like 4 years. I worked in freelance. I worked at a pinball, or not pinball, like you know, like those games that you get at Chuck E. Cheese. Like I basically designed games
Nice.
Nice.
for like skee ball and like those basketball games. So I did a lot of that. We actually like designed like actual those fishing games and stuff like that. So
I've
but
probably missed a lot of free throws at one of your games at some point in my life.
if you were at if you're at Chuck E. Cheese at some point, like you probably played one of those games. I did a lot of the basketball games.
Whack-a-mole. Did you
The whack,
invent whack-a? Mike,
I
did
would
you
have been
invent
awesome.
whack-a-mole? Did you
Wait,
invent whack-a-mole?
maybe pick a game from this century, Will.
Okay,
Um,
gotcha.
We so yeah, like, but the cool thing is like all those jobs that I did, um, really like I got really good at Photoshop and like Illustrator from applying myself with all those jobs,
yeah,
all the
Nice.
kind of like
Mm-hmm.
kind of cool jobs, kind of, and then yeah, I just kept going at it, like, because the one cool thing about comics was that I that really stuck with me is that um most of the interviews I read were like, yeah, I was self-taught, I taught myself.
yeah.
I didn't go to school
Mm-hmm.
for this. I went to school for fine arts or whatever, or I went to school for graphic design or like some sort of like unrelated art thing. Um, but then a lot of these guys were like, what? I taught myself. And
Yeah.
you just teach yourself. And I'm like, oh, that's freaking cool. I don't have to go to school for this. I just go home and just figure it out. And I'm a figure it out guy. So like I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah, I'll just put the time in and figure it out, And then I met a lot of people. Like I joined a comic studio in Toronto called Bright Anvil, and there was a lot of professionals that were there that I still talk to and are still like good friends of mine. And so I also try to like put myself and learn from other people and this and that. So it's just like this crazy journey. And then man, like I lost my train of thought. What else?
No.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I know. Will has a question that he asks everybody, and I love that he asks this because it's one of the things like we as fans don't we don't really think of when you guys are creating comics. But Will, I mean, you get to ask your signature question.
Yeah, like what does a normal day of work look like for Mike? Like in the morning, you wake up, you do your
You
thing.
play some X-Men cabinet games.
Yeah,
You're all
and then
warmed
you
up.
hop in. Like, what does a normal day of work look like?
Man, I
And
wish.
like my normal day of work changes from day to day. But like I know, like in everybody's fluid in terms of their job and that kind of stuff. But like what a normal day of work creating art, what does that look like for you?
Uh, well, it's very routine based now. It used to be a lot easier before kids, but now I just wake up. Uh, okay, let me think about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wake up around like 7:30, get the kids breakfast, go walk the dog, come back, get the kids ready for school, uh, get in the car, drop them off, come back, make another coffee, second
That's
coffee.
important. That's important.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Yeah, I do the coffee. Very first thing I do is get the coffee ready.
Amen, man.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Uh, come back. By the time I come back, it's like 9 o'clock, and I just work from 9 to like 1 o'clock. Take the dog for a walk, half an hour walk, go back, and then I work till 3. Pick up the kids, come back, take the kids back home,
Hmm.
go do their YouTube thing for a little bit. I gotta go back to work.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've got a 5 and a 6 year old. Like I completely get it. That's
I hate saying it though, but I'm like, man, I'm like, whenever I
we're
bring up
all there.
this thing, I'm
eh,
just like,
I
God,
would
man.
love to be one of those parents like, no, my 2 little baby angels don't even know what YouTube is. I'm like, yeah, bullshit, they do. Um,
Oh, man. Yeah, so they're on their YouTube, and then I just head back and I work till 6 if I can. But
awesome.
Nice.
that's the day, and then it completely stops at 6.
There you go. There's been so like some of that during the day, or is there like the muse hits at certain things you work with scripts, or you do some covers as well, or do you like have to see where the creativity hits you
Oh,
in
we're gonna
terms
talk
like
about covers. We're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about covers.
No, man, like it's just I just kind of have to start. I can't like wait for creativity to hit me. I really have to just start. Sometimes like it's weird. I've gone through routines where there's days where I'll take half an hour and like just do something I want to do, like a
Yeah.
warm or like, oh man, like this is cool. Like I just discovered these pencil crayons that I got or whatever, Faber Castells, and then I get excited about it. I'm like, you know what? Because I'm excited about this right now, and I want to see how these things work. I'll draw. Like I'll just like, I'm gonna take half an
Nice.
hour to do it.
Hmm.
Because a lot of those don't like those hints of inspiration or like the
Hmm.
excitement to like see what these things could do or how these colors can mix and this and that,
Yeah.
like they don't come a lot. Sometimes it's
Right.
always around. So like I'll usually sacrifice some time to do that. And then
Nice.
that's a bit of warm up as well. So
Like a mad scientist, kind of like figuring out what different tools he can
yeah.
create
And
with.
then recently, like when the start of the new year is hard because like there's a bit of a lull because of like all the festivities and stuff from like the break.
Yeah.
So like I think for a lot of artists, like we just forget how to draw, man. Like it's just like, oh my God, like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Like you almost either forget how to draw or you lose that confidence. You're
Mm,
like, do I still remember how to do this? And it takes like a few days before
Huh.
you're back in the mode of that.
100%.
Um, so yeah, that's how on Monday, that's how it started. So then I kind of changed it to like, okay, I'll take 9 to 10 to just do like social media stuff, like maybe
Yeah.
edit videos, post that so I don't have to worry about that. And then
Right.
take it all the way from 10 o'clock and just work um on
Just to
pieces.
just to find that groove and
Yeah.
Makes
get kind of like
sense.
back in the
And then
swing.
and then I wrote a like I was watching I was I just saw some random like post on Instagram of The Rock saying like the 7 steps of like how to like accomplish things and like have a good life or whatnot. And one of the things was like get 7 hours of sleep or whatever, but whatever. I don't get 7 hours of sleep.
You're like, okay, Dwayne. Okay, we're all gonna go do that.
But he was like, in the morning, you should write down a list of things that you're gonna do for that day. And I've tried it and I'm like, damn, like I feel so much better because there was a point where like a lot of things I just keep in my head and I think I could tackle it. Like it's in my
Yeah.
head, I'll tackle it. And actually really stressed me out. And like I felt so scattered. Once I started writing that list down,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so easy to just like not think about it, any of those things, and just
Yeah.
like,
Sticky notes with lines and lists rule my
oh
life.
yeah. I used to do like sticky notes a lot when I was really in the mode of doing interiors and covers, and it was just overwhelming. So I would
Mhm.
just, like put sticky notes all over my wall, and then I would tack one thing and take it off, and it felt so good.
Ah, it feels so good.
But I haven't done
Crumble
that.
that thing up.
It
Yep.
it will. I'm just picturing the Charlie Day meme where he's got all the different stuff on the wall and he's like, it's all connected. It's all
It's all
connected.
There's a yarn here and yarn there. You may not understand, but I do. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, it does make a difference when you either put on a sticky note or like or you write it down.
Mhm.
And sometimes I tend to forget that, so it's good. That's what I've been doing for the start of the year because it was pretty crazy.
Nice.
No, like Mike, I wanted to. This was something I really wanted to pick your brain on because full honesty, when I picked up, I had gotten used to, when I'm reading Thor, I had gotten used to Isad's, Thor, and then I had to get used to Russell Dodderman's Thor, and like that like their take on those stories is so different, and it's dynamic in different ways. Well, when I got done with Dodderman, I fell in love with Dodderman's, his Mighty Thor, and the War of the Realms stuff, was coming, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just like, oh Russell, like don't step away, man, please.
Yeah.
And then this guy named Mike Del Mundo starts taking over Thor, and at that time I hadn't read Weird World yet. I
Right.
hadn't read, most of your Avengers stuff. Really, I knew you from the Vision covers,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, this is so different. Like
Yeah.
this is like putting a Russell Dodderman Thor up next to a Mike Del Mundo Thor. Like only an idiot would say that they're not very different. And I will be honest, I did not appreciate your style until I got older. I did not like. I was very like, oh, it's so different, and I wasn't mature enough to know, hey, style makes good runs.
Yeah.
But I
So
was
you got
just
older, like you got like when you turned like when you your next birthday.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was like
6 months
3 months
later.
later I got
3 months
older.
later. Three
I was
months
like,
later.
I'm so wise now, and but
Um,
I
funny
appreciate
story.
your style so much more now, having read the whole run, and I love the almost like the it's like a dream mixed with graffiti, also with like I don't know, it's just it feels so euphoric
Colors,
to me.
colors. Hmm.
What how what makes your style so unique and different from like a lot of comics that are out there today? I'm enamored with your style.
Yeah,
And
and
it's
that movement from like I'm a Jim Lee fan, Eric Larson fan to like I know this is my style. Like that evolution is like I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
find my own style and this is who I am.
Yeah, I don't know if I really try to find my style. I just kind of just do it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like it is just what it is. And like I just gravitate towards something. If I do something like color wise or like a style wise and I see it and I'm like I like the way it looks, I just kind of stick with it and I really attack that part of it. So like even like with Thor, like um yeah, like it's like when you were saying like you at when you first saw the Thor stuff, it was really hard to like it took a while for you to kind of get used to the
it,
style and it's not
it did, yeah.
yeah, you're not like the first person to say that. Like I I've heard it a lot and I appreciate it because like a few years down the line I hear the same people say, "Hey, I really love that, like the Thor
Yeah,
stuff." So then I'm like, "Okay, good. Like I like that's what I want. That's what I want to hear is that it's just something that maybe at the time like it's not wrong. It's just something at the time maybe like it just takes a bit of getting used to." And,
yeah.
uh,
And and like I in no way do I mean like any I don't disrespect by that. It's just it was one of those things of um I still have my stack of Mike Del Mundo, covers and
yeah,
my interiors, and I'll look back through them now. I'm like, man, like I gotta spend some time with this. Like I gotta actually like look at like the you were talking about the doing Hell and like Niflheim and all that stuff. It was like it was just a different experience. It was very immersive, and I really appreciated that over time. And I like there's a few issues that like I specifically just wanted to talk about a little later on. But like some of my favorite images now of Thor books come from some of your issues. In fact, for a long time, we like on our Instagram, the cover you did of Thor and Odin on the Rainbow Bridge having a beer, that was our like, hey, this is our show.
This is
And
us.
it was great. And when you come to Marvel, like we've already kind of mentioned, you worked on Elektra, you worked on Weird World, Avengers, all these different books,
yeah,
and a lot of fans actually know you from your cover work.
yeah,
And I was wondering if you have like a favorite. I know that's like asking you like which one's your favorite kid kind of thing, but
yeah.
like, do you have a cover where you're like, man, like that's the Mike Del Mundo cover right there?
I think it's gotta be the Darth Vader Anakin cover that I did with
The
Anakin.
one of the respirator, like the mask.
Yeah, and he's like stuck in a mask. And the only reason why like I love how that idea turned out. I had that idea even before they hit me up for a cover, like just had it kind of boiling.
Nice.
And then when they hit me up to do the Darth Vader cover, I'm like, bet, like this, like let's see if I just sent them that idea and I was like, like this has to be it. And they went for it. So like I love it when it's like a sure shot idea that I really want to do and they're cool with it. It's all approved.
Yeah. That I mean that cover is like it is incredibly unique, and I would have never thought to make like Vader's mask
Yeah.
like almost like jail cell bars. It
Yeah, I don't know how it came about. I really don't know the process of it, but it just like kind of hit like it just happened.
Were you already like a Star Wars fan that have like, man, if I ever get a chance to do Vader, or is it something like,
Oh
hey,
yeah.
cool, yeah.
Yeah, and especially like I'm a fan of like I even kind of grew up with like Phantom Menace and those,
yes.
you know. So that was even a bonus, you know what I mean? Like I love like that first movie. So
But you know
uh
what, Will? I knew I liked Mike. I knew I liked him. I
Mhm.
like man, I'm kind of a Phantom Menace apologist because Darth Maul like changed my world. when I saw him for the like. Do you remember seeing the first trailer when the doors open up and he's
Yeah.
there and he ignites both sides, lights up? I was like, okay, we are dealing with a different guy here. Like, he kind of looks like a demon, and my mom didn't let me buy the toys. Like, like we
It's
can't
like,
have that stuff in the house.
well, like I love like, New Hope for sure and like the first three, but um, that's like I didn't experience that in the theaters. You
Yeah.
know, like way before my time, right? So a lot of those movies came out like I was just they would just have reruns on you know all the time, like every week on TV.
Yeah.
And I loved
TNT,
it. Like I loved it.
TNT,
Yeah.
TNT marathon, TNT marathon.
Like what brought me into Star Wars is like the X-Wing pilots and the X-Wings. Like that's what
Mm.
I loved about it, right? It wasn't like, I mean, everything else after is amazing, but it was the X-Wing pilots and like and wanting to ride those ships and this and that. But yeah,
Man,
like when Phantom Menace came out, it was like I got to experience that, like finally experience in the theater. I was a little
Yep.
older. I can really take it in. So there was no pre like judgments
Right.
on like, if I guess if you were a Star Wars fan, like wait, you know, like yeah.
Like
That
you didn't
present
bring
company
baggage. You didn't
included.
bring baggage to it. Yeah, like I like to
That
bring.
gray beard's not just for show, Mike.
Yeah, yeah. But yes. Oh man, if we could get you on a. All right, Marvel, if you're listening, Mike Mundo interior, Star Wars book. Like I want that. I want that out
would be
there. So
cool.
yeah. Let's make that happen. I'm gonna send my email tomorrow. Um, Marvel, what was it that was the catalyst that brought you and Jason Aaron together for Thor? Was it something that he came to you, or you went to Marvel, or was it Marvel said, "Hey, we think we're going to do a matchmaker and bring you guys together and work together"? How did that relationship come
I'm
about?
sure it was like I don't know if like he requested me or, but it was, yeah, definitely through Marvel. Will Moss, the editor, was
Mm-hmm.
hit me up to do this, and yeah, I was just like I was overblown when like they said Jason Aaron wants, why do you do the lot to the fin like to basically finish off the arc. So it was pretty awesome. But yeah, that's all I know. And
well, I feel like Will at some point we need to have Will Moss on the show to answer all these questions that
yeah, Will knows. I'm sure he knows
I mean,
more
he's
than
been,
any of us. That yeah, you should definitely get him on the show because he's probably like a sponge of all sorts of information when it comes to that.
I can't even imagine all the decisions and the things that guy has known and made throughout the years. But we'll save those questions for him. Mike, when you get this opportunity to do Thor, were there things that you like that inspired your version of Thor, or things that you wanted to put into your version of the character?
Oh, I mean, well, that the character in general, like for sure, like because I see it all the time, like, oh yeah, Mike's Mike's Thor, but like I never designed that new Thor. So
Okay.
yeah, that must have been like a, I don't know if it was Russell or if it was Olivier or one of those guys that designed the new costume. I think it was Russell actually, Dodderman, that designed the the Thor that I would be drawing. So yeah, if Russell's listening, like yeah, that's, everybody should know that that's not my Thor design.
You picked up that ball and then you just continued to run with it, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Cool.
what I gotta know about Baldur's monster truck, because it is one of those covers where it's actually, I believe it first shows up as like a last page of
Mm-hmm.
one of the issues, and I'm flipping through that and I'm reading it and I'm like, well, that's very different. And I was like, this thing is, it's like mean and it's epic, and I've never seen this in a Thor comic before. I didn't even think
Yeah.
I was going to see
So
it in a Thor
awesome.
comic before.
So
Like,
metal.
it's one of those
It's so
things.
metal. It's so metal. That
So
exactly,
metal.
that's the word for it.
It's like the
That's
most
all
metal.
Jason Aaron, man.
That
That's yeah.
did,
That's all.
did,
Yeah.
now does like we've talked to a few different artists about like you get a script that says, something, but then you kind of like run with it. How much of that was dictated to you, and how much of that were you given free reign to kind of I don't know, just kind of go nuts and be yourself with that.
Yeah, I think man, it's been a while, but I don't like I think this is how it went. It was definitely Jason Aaron's like idea to create this monster truck that had was just insane. Like just go insane with it, right? Um and like that's literally what it was. Like make this Baldur's monster truck and just make it as like just crazy and like from what I remember is like yeah, we are just making teeth. I put like spikes in the
It's got horns, like
I mean, like it's got to go through heavy terrain and fight frost giants. So
I
maybe that's what it was. Like the idea that it's gotta like they're gonna be head to head with just crazy creatures. So like let's just make this like the most apocalyptic machine. You know,
Asgardian Mad Max. It's like Asgardian Mad Max.
I was just gonna go like a Mad Max fever dream.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But I think yeah, definitely that was especially for the cover. Um, definitely like Jason was involved in like just the
Yeah.
idea for that cover. Yeah.
And Will, if you think of it, because obviously we covered this a few months back where we actually went like storyline by storyline through Mike's stint on the book. But I had one issue, Mike, that really like stood out to me. It's one of my favorite issues of Thor to this day. It's the issue 10 where Thor and Odin have that really, really visceral and emotional fight. And
Oh yeah.
you
Yeah.
have this one page um where Thor is smashing the hammer into Odin's face, and like
Yeah.
every section of the hammer has like a different image within it. There have been times where I've sat there and just been like, this may be one of my favorite pages
That's
because
awesome.
it's so everything, like it's so much. And like that issue, I just need you to know, like, fan to creator, that issue is one of my absolute favorite comics, and in large part to the art that just if the comic feels like it's punching you back. Like and
That's
it's the only
awesome.
way I can think to describe it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, I mean, I gotta give credit to the script because like that script is just nuts. It's just like so emotional and there's just so much anger involved and emotions here and there and like yeah, like that's what I strive off of when I do my visuals, just like the acting and like trying to put
Hmm.
much emotion into the faces as I can and then try to combine that with like the colors and yeah, it's like so I do have to give credit to like that script because it was nuts and everybody goes through their father son stories and like we all have similar experiences maybe not smashing in the face but like we can relate in certain things.
Hmm. Hmm.
We probably all butted heads with our dads at one point or another.
Well, when we talked about this comic before, we talked about how it was coming off of like the death of Jane Foster. It came off like this very heavy emotional grief-ridden run by Jason Aaron. And then like here's this new arc where it was almost like let's just have fun. Let's have bright colors, let's have fights, let's bring all like Hela and Loki and everybody and Balder, and we got to have a monster truck
Everybody in
and
the
like
pool. Everybody in the
everybody in
pool.
the pool. All right, kids, everybody in the pool. Like, let's just do this and have fun. And like almost as a way to cope for saying goodbye to a beloved character that he had already like spent a lot of time with. It was like just dripping with like philosophical, theological, like existentialism of like who am I in this world and why does it matter? And then you get to like this run and it's like so bright and colorful and graffiti and like a dream and just have so much fun. You turn the page and like, oh yeah, that makes sense. There it is, Baldur's monster truck. And here's Hela, there's Loki, there's let's do this. And so I imagine like just throwing everything in the kitchen sink into this book was
Yeah,
was
I
a
mean
lot of fun
um
to do.
yeah, it was super fun and do you guys remember if that issue 2 was it issue 2 or with the monster truck? Do you remember where that was it hell that they were in or was it
It's like I think it's Niflheim that they're in because
Niflheim?
they're going after oh good grief. I think they're going after Hela at the
Mm-hmm.
it's like Thor and Loki go to hell kind of like story.
Yeah,
Um
so Niflheim actually is a spot where like things kind of just you just end up there and things just
Yeah, it's
that's so it wasn't hell. So it was Niflheim. But like when you talk graffiti of like the coolest part of it is like we can do things like that. So what we did in the first page, because you mentioned the graffiti, is
yeah.
you we had like the trains, like the we actually had like
Oh,
specific trains for
right.
Niflheim. And like the only reason I did that was like because it makes sense. And I was like, man, that'd be cool if we actually, I forgot like a lot of my homies to like actually use their, their pieces
So
on the train. So that's not even my graffiti. It's like my boys, but it's just like I love doing stuff.
Ah, that's so rad. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
um,
That's really cool. That's really cool.
those guys must have been like through the roof, like just like, oh,
Yeah, man. It was
sweet.
just like a lot of people that like a lot of my crew back in the days, like there are a lot of graffiti artists and stuff like that. And yeah, man, like anytime I can like put those things in that make sense in the story and make it better, I do. So like
Oh, that's so freaking good. I so I I've towards the end of this, this run, Jason's run as a whole, your run more specifically, with kind of the year and a half, almost 2 years that you spent on here, you wrote a fantastic, like basically goodbye to the series at the end of the last issue, and you shout out a few standout moments. Like you mentioned in the letter, the tooth grinder driving Thor's boat, Odin
yeah,
and
that sounds
Thor,
awesome.
Odin and Thor's father and son scenes, the epic fight with Juggernaut in the first issue, which is crazy. Baldur's monster truck that we've already mentioned, Loki and his dad's relationship, some really bonkers stuff there.
Yeah.
Another moment of Roz melting the frost giant. That was
There's
like,
so many crazy moments, man. Like Jason is just amazing.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I, I wanted to know what your favorite moment is.
Oh, those weren't mine? Or
No,
like,
no, you mentioned a bunch of them, and I was wondering if like you had like this is like my favorite part of being on the Thor book.
I don't know, like one thing I don't know about moments, but like one thing I really loved drawing was just when Loki was like just drawing Loki and like
Nice.
how he wrote that in the story. And there's just a lot of emotion involved and just is very complex. And I don't know, there's something about Loki I really have fun drawing.
Yeah,
And yeah, and then yeah, so that and everything else you named, like the frost giant melting was just insane.
that
Um
oh, it still stands out to me now. I'm just like, Roz, you're
yeah,
badass.
but
Like it's
yeah, and like the Juggernaut scene, I'm like, man, like that's like one of my favorite villains. Like it's
yeah,
X-Men villain. I'm like, how
go
did you
back to your
know it?
X-Men stuff.
Did you know that I wanted to draw this guy? Like it's like X-Force number 3 is one of my favorite like covers. And yeah, I've always wanted to draw Juggernaut, man.
And
So
your
That's cool.
Juggernaut, like I'll be honest, I'm not a big like X reader, but I
yeah,
know what to expect from Juggernaut. Like he's not going to be proportional to like a normal person.
yeah.
But your Juggernaut feels like that is like a giant. And he there's no way anyone should be able to like mess with him on any level. Just like Mike's Juggernaut is imposing to say the least. We'll put it that way. He's fantastic.
Well, thanks. I mean, like there is one that does come through is the first page, I think, of Thor, either first or second, where Juggernaut is like you don't see him coming yet, and it's just sound effects.
Yeah.
That's got to be my favorite scene that I was able to.
Yeah.
I mean, like with like kind of Thor peering through the O's of the Thum, like
Yeah.
goggles and stuff. Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
yeah,
Start off with a crazy bang.
yeah, it's
Um
crazy. Like as an artist, you just like every artist goes through it. Like they look back at their old work and they're kind of like, oh, what was I thinking, and this and that. But there are moments in that book that I'm still like, oh, that's really cool.
that
Like I'm happy with like what I did here and there, and that was one. Yeah.
okay. I'm glad you said that because there's definitely moments where like we'll go back and read them now. I'm like, I mean, the hits. It's kind of like when you get into Jason's Thor, and we're getting towards the end of our retrospective on his whole run. We're gonna cap it off, on our next episode. We keep going back to these moments, and it's like the hits just kind of keep coming, and the run really doesn't let you, it doesn't let you breathe sometimes, because there's just so much packed into every single moment, and it keeps going. And I'm personally very, very thankful for your work on the book. I'm falling in love with these stories, and like I said, that issue 10 is just really hard to beat in my mind. And a lot of that, it's I know I've waxed poetic about that one issue, but Mike, thank you so much for talking to us about your career, your fandom leading into your art and in your work on Thor. We do have one thing we want to do with you before we let you go, and that is our Thunder round, where we hit you with 5 quick, simple questions, and Will and I'll go back and forth. And these are Mike Del Mundo questions. Like, we want to know from you.
Do I have to answer them like super quick? Because I'm like the guy that tends to like think of it.
Yeah. He can edit the thinking part, but the first thing that comes to your mind, the first thing, like,
I probably won't.
Yeah.
No,
no wrong or right answers. Like, boom,
Yeah.
first thing coming, blink. Like, oh, that's what came to my mind. And
if you wanna take a moment with it, this Thunder round is your time to shine. So, Will, I'm gonna start off, and then we can just ping pong back and forth. That's cool with you?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Okay, Mike Del Mundo, if you were a superhero, what would your powers be?
I don't know, man. I love Wolverine, but I don't think I'm gonna be slicing people up. Flying for sure.
Flying for sure. Why do you say flying for sure?
I don't know. I just think it's something cool that I'm sure we all wish to like be up in the air and just being able to glide, like float like Superman. I don't know. When I walk my dogs, I just see birds flying. I'm just like, damn, man, wish I had wings.
you're like, you know what, birds? That's a weird flex for you to do on me right now.
That's right.
When I'm on the ground.
Right.
It's such a flex. I mean,
and they're like, they look down. They're like, Mike, you have opposable thumbs. You can draw amazing.
You have opposable thumbs.
Yeah, we can't draw, but we can fly. But
we don't even know what thumbs are.
We don't even know what thumbs are.
Man, opposable thumbs is a superpower for sure.
It is.
Right. Okay,
all right. Next one. Pet peeve. If there's one pet peeve out there that just drive you nuts that people do, what is it? What's a pet peeve? Don't let this get in the way of Mike.
Pet peeve of people, I don't know, man. I'm pretty forgiving. Like, I don't really get super angry, but I would say my pet peeve, one of them, like today, was like doing peanut butter and jelly, and like having to use two butter knives. You don't want to mix the jelly with the peanut butter and the
yes,
just in case someone dude with like a peanut butter allergy, comes in. I'm always paranoid about that. So
yeah.
That's such a weird pet peeve, but yeah.
No, but with someone with young kids that have taken them to school and fix lunches, like that's legit. Yeah.
Now I know I could never make Mike Del Mundo a PB and J because I'm a one knife kind of like. I'm just thinking about the dishes I don't want to do.
I just don't want to have that one of my friends' kid that comes in and it's like, do you want? He's a fan of jelly or something.
You're like, Mike, are you trying to kill my kid?
That's right.
No.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Where's your EpiPen? It's like, I'm sorry, didn't have it. Yeah.
I didn't realize Mike was making the PB and J's today. Speaking of food, what is your go-to drink or snack? Say like in the middle of like a long work day, what's your go-to drink or snack?
People know me as the ginger ale guy. Like, I like my Canada Dry.
Ooh.
Nice. But I've switched to Coke recently because I'm getting bored of that.
Huh. So, like just like a regular Coke, red can, ice cold. Oh man.
But ginger ale is like kind of like the go-to like pop drink.
Yeah.
I'm bad about that. And coffee. You like your coffee. Snack wise, jeez, man. freak. I like my Starburst, but if it's here, if it's there, I like my
Yes.
Starburst. If it's like a candy, chips, man, I like my barbecue chips, man.
Oh,
Yeah, nice.
so
Good
like,
call.
oh, when you get invited to your next Comic Con, you should have it on your rider. Just feel like there's got to be Canada Dry and barbecue chips there. Like that's what I need. That's
Oh
what
Well,
man,
hey, even better, if I run into Mike at a Comic Con, I'm just gonna walk up and not even tell him coming and hand him Canada Dry and barbecue. He's like, I think I know you from somewhere. How did you know I like Canada Dry and barbecue
I
chips? I'm
just
just gonna
feel so
walk.
I feel so filthy, man. People just keep handing me like just like the most unhealthy saturated fats. Oh my god. I mean, I love it, but like getting handed to it, be like, oh my god, I feel so filthy.
Will, that'd be a great moment because you could like you just like walk up to the table and then just watch as a line of people are like, does he know him?
How
Like,
does
why
he
is it
what?
like is he running errands for him?
That's right. No, I know, I know. And then, but I'm gonna put a sticky note on there that says "No guilt snack." Like you don't have to feel guilty about it. That's what I'm gonna put on there. No guilt snack.
Okay, Will.
All right. So when you're not doing comics, you're not like taking kids to school or walking your dog. What are you doing for fun?
Like everyone else, Netflix, whatever streaming service there are. So we'll watch some TV. I got the PS5 now. So
Ah,
that's what I've
there you
been
go.
doing for during the break. So playing PS5, you know.
Nice.
What
My girl,
game or show are you obsessed with right now?
oh, shoot, there's so many. Well, the game we've been playing FIFA 23. Yeah.
Very fitting with the World
Yeah,
Cup.
yeah. That's because my kid really like soccer, so that's what he asked for Christmas, and then I got into it. But
Nice.
I just finished Horizon Forbidden West, and
Okay.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to playing like The Last of Us and stuff like that next.
I mean, yeah, because the show just came out. I mean, you might as well do some nostalgia gaming.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna go for like God of War, but I was like, maybe I'll just get like wait and do The Last of Us because of the show and all that stuff. So, and then yeah, I mean, my default is always The Office. Like, if I've watched a
Yes.
lot of shows, but if there's like if I got a half an hour show I have to run and I don't want to watch a full movie before I go to sleep, it's always The Office.
Okay,
Nice.
Mike, I'm a firm believer that The Office is the greatest sitcom of all time. It
Mm.
is it's amazing show. Do you have a favorite episode of The Office?
Oh man, the basketball episode.
Oh my gosh.
It's one of the earlier, like what's like the first
That's the first season, yeah.
Yeah.
season. But yeah, I've been watching that because I'm like, man, I don't remember like I've been watching season 7 and 8. I'm just like, how do I know I've seen this, but I don't remember seeing this. So I'm watching it for the first time, man. Like
Yeah.
really,
It's like it's not as memorable as like seasons like 2 through 4 or
yeah.
like all that
But they're
like
still good.
oh yeah, but like Jim and Pam like weren't at their like they weren't building up to their romance. Dwight was kind of mellowed out. You know what? This is turning
Yeah,
into a
but like
different kind of
I was
podcast.
just like, yo, I never remember watching Mike hitting it off with Pam's mom or something like that. It's crazy, you know. But anyways, yeah. So that
So good. Yeah.
Simpsons, like those are like go-to shows, right? Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I have nothing else to watch, Simpsons and the Office are always just
Nice.
yeah.
We one last question, and this kind of comes back to a comic book related thing, but we love to ask all of the creators this question: if you could have dinner with any comic book creator, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh man.
You've
Well,
mentioned quite a few names so far that I'm
I mean, I've had dinner with like my hero, one of my
what,
heroes.
can you tell us about
Okay.
that?
Yeah, Will Spertasio.
Yeah.
So we
Nice.
at Toronto Comic Con, we were like booth neighbors basically, and
Oh,
yeah, man, we like my wife was actually there, and she kind of like invited everybody to like just eat. It was like us, Humberto Ramos,
Ah, nice.
holy
yeah,
God.
yeah. It was just a whole bunch of people, and I'm like, this is crazy, like because Humberto's a huge inspiration for me,
Yeah.
Mhm.
especially when I was like heading back into um really learning the craft of like comics and really taking it serious.
Yeah.
A huge like like one of the guys I was really trying to mimic or just like learn off of. And
Mhm.
so I was like, this is crazy, man. And yeah, that was I mean, it was awesome, but it was also, when you go to dinner with your heroes, it's hard to you want to tell them so much, how much, oh my God, like you meant so much to my childhood.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
me comics, but you also don't want, you almost feel like I don't want them to feel so uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Right. It's
Like
like, what
we're
do I do with that?
yeah.
Like,
So yeah, I kept it cool, but like I mean, I did let him
like,
know that like you are the reason that that I'm probably drawing comics, especially
yeah,
because he's also Filipino descent. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
you know, when I found out that he was like, another like a Filipino artist, I was like, oh man, like that's really cool. It really got me
yeah.
excited. Um, Same thing with Todd McFarlane. He's a Canadian artist, and I'm from Canada, so like
Right, right.
these image guys really brought me in. Um,
And
so
That's cool.
oh man, that's so cool. Is there anybody that you maybe haven't met or that is maybe passed away that you're like, man, that one would be cool too, or you're like, I'm good, man. Like I had that
I
dinner.
would love to like meet Todd and Jim Lee and those guys. Like I've talked to Todd, but like in person, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it'll be really cool. Yeah.
yeah. Well, if we think Todd McFarlane should have dinner with you, if that counts for probably nothing, but anything. And so I mean, that's our Thunder Round, man. Thanks for helping listeners get to know you a little better. Is there anything you have coming up that maybe people can be looking for, and comics or projects that you'd like to shout out here towards
That
the end?
you're allowed to say, because
Yeah, right,
sometimes you
right.
say
Because
Oh yeah, I mean like
that.
man, there's so much. We actually went through a whole bunch of projects that just came out. Like I did a TMNT MMPR variant cover that's pretty much a collabo between me and my good friends over at the Toronto Collective, which is a graffiti shop and a
awesome.
collector shop that sells all just a whole bunch of cool stuff, everything that we're into. So we did our own retail variant basically, and that's out right now at my shop, store.mikedelmundo.com.
Cool.
Spawn just came out yesterday, so that's
Yeah.
like what do you call it, giant size, kind of like 40-page issue, and we did 4 issues, but we decided to kind of like truncate them into like 2 issues, which is
Okay.
cooler. So that the first issue just came out, and man, and also Three Roads, Three Moons. That's like the main thing that I'm working on. So I'm working on like a big what they call like a just like a 80 pager almost.
Like a graphic novel.
Yeah, with Three Worlds, Three Moons.
Is
And that's gonna be amazing. Like that's
it,
gonna be like you know,
correct
sorry.
me if I'm wrong, Mike, but is that with Jonathan Hickman?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So he
That's
Okay.
it's
yes.
it's quite an all-star
Am I
roster.
allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say that? But yeah, we're gonna be doing something.
I think I
It-
saw something. I think I saw something on like someone's newsletter, or maybe it was like a sponsored ad or something like that. It was like from
oh,
Hickman and Del Mundo. I was like, okay.
okay, great. Yeah, so they might have said already. So me and Jonathan will be doing like a nice collected thing. I can't say what it is, but
Right, right.
it's freaking awesome because it's everything that I've always wanted to draw. And yeah, man,
Sold.
it's
Sold.
Will, you think you can get a pre-order of whatever this project is, man?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I am.
like for like the Three Worlds, Three Moons stuff, it's a subscription thing. So
Okay.
just head on over and like I'm subscribed. Like there's even free subscriptions, so you can check it out before you like
Is
make a decision. But it's cool. We're doing some cool stuff. We're gonna be doing like our last year was really good. This year is even better because we're
awesome.
bringing up some new plans and like some surprises. So it's gonna be awesome.
We'll be sure to plug that however we can. Make sure people that check this out can check that out as well.
Sure, yeah. Check out Three Worlds, 3w3m.com.
Okay, we'll put a link to that in our episode description so
Sure.
people can go there and check that out. But Mike Del Mundo, thank you for for chatting with us, and thank you for sharing your memories of Thor and your life and your career and all that. I mean, we appreciate your time so much.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much.
Ah,
I tend to do that, but
No,
that was
if anyone gets to ramble about Thor comics, it's the people that create them. I figure that's, we
you're
do enough
allowed.
of that on our episodes when, real creators aren't on.
yeah.
So, but everybody, thank you for listening to this episode. We hope you've enjoyed our conversation with Mike. Until we see you next time, you can check us out on Instagram at Mighty Thor Podcast. You can join our Thor Core on Patreon, where you can get early episodes, bonus episodes, and kind of get some news before everybody else does. And you can support the show there. We really appreciate that. It kind of keeps our the things we need, like the Zoom accounts and the Marvel Unlimiteds and all that kind of stuff. It keeps that happening. So we appreciate your support and your help there. If that's something you're able to do, or if you just want to listen, that's also a great way to support the show. But Will, you got anything else for our amazing listeners?
No, I'm gonna just go into 3w3m.com right after this.
Wow. The shameless plugs continue.
Mm-hmm,
for
mm-hmm.
for Will Rose, I am Ryan Doze, and until we see you next time aboard the Rainbow Bridge, we remind you to stay worthy.